Hello everyone, and welcome back to Turkish Spotlight Secrets. We've missed you, and today we're sitting down with something that has the whole team buzzing. Take a breath, settle in, and get ready, because what we're about to share is the kind of update that makes fans tremble with anticipation. Ready to be stunned? Good, because this one is about a duo who turned on-screen sparks into a full-blown cultural moment, Barış Baktaş and Yağmur Yüksel. That's right. The pair everyone keeps asking about is stepping back into the spotlight together, and the energy around their return is unlike anything we've felt in a long time. Before we dive into the juicy details, a quick reminder: if you're new here or if you've been watching without subscribing, now is the perfect moment to join the family. Hit subscribe, turn on your notifications, and let Turkish Spotlight Secrets be your front row seat to the most talked about stories in Turkish entertainment. We have interviews lined up, backstage whispers, and the kinds of surprises that always arrive when the cameras stop rolling, but the drama doesn't. Alright, now let's talk about the reason you pressed play, Barış and Yağmur. Just hearing their names together conjures images of tension-charged glances and slow-burning chemistry. For anyone somehow unfamiliar with their work, though we doubt that's many of you. These two became a phenomenon thanks to the series that conquered timelines and living rooms alike, Kentsesakları. In that story, they gave life to Baron and Dylan, soul-tethered opposites fighting circumstance, pride, and destiny. Their scenes became the kind of emotional earthquake that makes people stay up at night replaying lines, dissecting choices, and becoming part of something bigger than a show. The devotion was overwhelming and, more importantly, lasting. Which brings us to the question everybody's been whispering about: are they really coming back together? The rumor has evolved into something much stronger than speculation. From what we're hearing, and from the tiny breadcrumbs appearing in the least expected corners of social media, this reunion isn't a simple nostalgia trip. It's a carefully prepared, high-stakes return. Think scale. Think ambition. Think the sort of production that doesn't just honor what came before but dares to reach further. We've picked up on clues from people connected to the project, as well as blink-and-you-miss-it glimmers from set insiders who know exactly how to keep a secret while stirring the pot. There's talk of a production with a budget that understands the value of detail, of a script that doesn't settle for familiar beats, of a director with the patience to pull real feelings out of already magnetic performers. Everyone involved seems to know that you don't bring Barış and Yağmur back together just to go through the motions. You do it because you plan to catch lightning in a bottle again, only bigger. Imagine it for a moment. Barış, with that voice that softens and hardens on demand, the kind of presence that makes silence speak louder than dialogue. Yağmur, who can wring meaning out of a single look and turn a character's private storm into something everyone feels. We watched them build a world in Kentsesakları where a glance could redeem a chapter and a touch could rewrite a fate. Can they summon that power again in new roles, under new lights? That's the bet. And that's exactly why this comeback has people counting the days, the hours, the minutes. The particulars are still sealed, and yes, that's deliberate. The hush-hush approach fuels anticipation and keeps everyone guessing. Is it a prestige series for a platform hungry for event television? A film that lives on the knife's edge between romance and danger? A limited series that burns bright and leaves questions in its wake? Whatever it is, we're told it aims to take the emotional density they're known for and set it in a world with sharper stakes and modern edges. Not a rerun. Not a retread. A reinvention that respects the past but risks everything for the present. And the fans, oh, the fans. You can feel the build-up everywhere without needing any labels or tags. Old scenes from Kentsesakları are resurfacing like artifacts, alive again in the comment sections. Edits are stitched into new timelines. Side-by-sides compare the early days with recent glimpses, while theories map out how their next characters could collide, retreat, and collide again. It's a cycle of anticipation that says one thing loud and clear: what Barış and Yağmur created didn't end when the final credits rolled. It planted itself in people's lives and kept growing. Career-wise, the timing is strategic. Since Kentsesakları, Barış has kept himself busy with new challenges that broadened his range and sharpened his instincts, from character-driven stories to ventures that capitalized on his quietly commanding star power. He's the kind of actor who tracks every emotional beat, who breaks a moment down and rebuilds it so you believe it. Yağmur, for her part, continued to choose projects that allowed her to stretch, finding moments of softness within grit and honesty within glamour. When you put them back together, you get more than doubling, it's compounding. They elevate each other. We're hearing whispers that the new storyline might pulse to the rhythm of contemporary life, the chaos of crowded cities, the pressure of ambition, and a romance tested not by melodrama alone but by the terrifying, ordinary truths of adult decisions. Then again, there's another thread swirling around. That this could swerve into psychological territory, where love becomes a compass in a maze of doubt, misdirection, and secrets. What we know is that whatever form it takes, it's designed to give both actors room to detonate, and then, gently, to heal. Industry players are watching with the same intensity as the fandom. Streamers want event content, shows and films that start conversations and hijack evenings. A reunion with this much goodwill already banked is the kind of ticket executives dream about. But that only works if the artistry is there, and that's the difference here. Nobody is chasing lightning only to bottle air. The creative team seems to understand that the only way to move forward is to be brave, to sculpt something new from the clay of what we loved before. Let's talk craft for a second. If the rumors hold, the production is investing in more than pretty frames. We're hearing about a creative spine strong enough to carry sustained tension, cinematography that builds intimacy instead of simply framing it, and music that knows when to hush and when to roar. This isn't only about reunion. It's about craft-serving chemistry, about writing that makes the silences ache and the confrontations feel inevitable. Barış thrives when the stakes are wordless, when a decision lingers in his eyes before it lands. Yağmur's best scenes have always been the ones where the truth arrives slowly, like dawn, and then refuses to leave. Now, we know the next question: who else is joining them? Will familiar faces from the Kensesekleri universe appear in new forms? Will a beloved supporting player step in and trail sparks against them? The speculation is endless. Some say the production is courting a director known for rhythm, for scenes that breathe, for the audacity to hold a shot until the audience can't bear it any longer. Others claim a screenwriter with a gift for emotional misdirection is already rewriting Draft 3, threading tenderness through peril with expert hands. We're listening, we're tracking, and we'll bring you truths as soon as they're ready to step into the light. Picture the scenes that might be waiting. A crowded room where the noise drops, and they find each other despite everything. A late-night confrontation by a window, city lights stuttering across their faces as every unsaid word demands to be spoken. Laughter slipping out when they least expect it. A fight that feels like a cliff edge, and a decision that feels like flight. No gimmicks, just two performers who know how to build a world inside a single frame, and invite you to live there. If you were one of the many who cried, who cheered, who held your breath through the story of Baron and Dylan, then you understand the weight of this moment. It isn't just about two names on a poster. It's about the promise that what connected us last time can evolve, deepen, and dare more. It's a celebration of legacy, yes, but it's also a wager on the future, that audiences are still hungry for honesty, for heat, for tenderness that doesn't apologize for its power. Let's recap the path we've walked together in this video. The beloved duo, Barış Baktaş and Yağmur Yüksel, are reuniting. The project is real, and while the team is guarding details with velvet gloves, everything points to a return designed to surprise as much as satisfy. The industry is alert. The audience is ready. The conversation is already loud, and it's only going to swell as real images start to surface. This is the kind of moment that reminds everyone why Turkish storytelling keeps breaking borders. When craft and charisma lock hands, the result travels farther than anyone predicts. We'll be here for every step, every teaser, every first-look photo, every interview where a smile gives away more than the words do. That's what we do at Turkish Spotlight Secrets. We keep our ear to the ground and our eyes on the horizon so that you get the story before it becomes the story. When an official announcement drops, you'll hear it here first. When a whisper turns into a headline, we'll be ready with context, insight, and the heart that brought us all together in the first place. So tell us, what kind of reunion are you hoping for? Do you want them as lovers on opposite sides of a hard truth? As strangers who collide and change each other without ever meaning to? As partners forced to trust when trust is the last thing either of them can afford? Drop your thoughts below. We read every comment, we feel your excitement, and we carry it into every update we prepare for you. Before we go, thank you for spending your time with us today. Your support is the engine behind everything we bring to this channel. If this story has stirred you even a little, show it some love, share it with a friend who needs to hear good news, and make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. The wait is never easy, but waiting together makes it part of the story. And the payoff is always sweeter when you've been there from the beginning. Until the next video, keep your hearts open and your eyes sharp. The return of Barış Baktaş and Yağmur Yüksel is coming, and we'll be right here, holding the door open when it arrives.